Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm not sure you heard the music of this introduction logo, but there's some, I don't know, one of these days when nothing seems to work for some reason. Technology can be very complicated sometimes. John?
Good morning, everybody. Like I say, we've had a few snafus this morning, but we're glad to be here, and it is a lovely day, and we've got a lot to share today.
Yeah, so before we go any further, I want to show everybody the pieces of artwork we want to talk about this edition. And I'm going to switch to the slideshow very quickly.
And while you're doing that,
the two pieces I am going to present today are, of course, a ink drawing called Water Garden, who actually sold yesterday because I promoted on Instagram and somebody grabbed it, but I do have glissé copies if somebody is interested. And the other one is called Delicate from the Synopsis series, a series that is going to be featured in the Festival de Fotografía Artística this year in Tucumán, Argentina. And John, you are welcome to come to my studio. So I'm going to just present John's pieces this morning. One of them is called Attention. It's a 30 by 40 inch mixed media. And the other one is Concentration, same mixed media. And both of them are part of the Pancamarga series, a series that is now on display here in Silver Street Studios and the West Gallery. And the last Friday, he had his opening exhibition, and it was a great and fabulous success. But here is John. Welcome to my studio.
Thank you.
Let's see, can we fit in this screen? One of these days, guys. Bear with us.
How come it worked 18 times and now we've got a...
I would suggest to get closer to the microphone just in case.
I'm also very small if I don't.
I just talked about your pieces. I told that these are the pieces you're going to show us.
We're going to talk about today.
In this edition.
Excellent. Before we really get too deep, let's do a couple of housekeeping things.
Yeah.
If everything that is on Art Chat is for sale, with the exception of the one Bogdan just sold, but generally everything's for sale. If you find something that you've got to have, just let us know in the chat, or you can contact us directly. And shipping's no issue. We can get it to you wherever you live. So I just wanted to point that out, that we're sharing these things because they're valuable to us, and we're hopefully you find it interesting as well. But everything is for sale, and we can make that happen. But yeah, so the Pancamarga show was great, but I think we're going to talk about that in a minute.
First of all, before we go any further, because we have a lot of things to talk and touch in this edition, I want to talk about this first piece of artwork that I prepared for you today. Let me get back to the share screen. And that is called, it's a drawing. It's actually a mixed media in a way. Mm-hmm. It's a drawing and it's a archival print. So what I've done is I draw the shape of, the how do you call it?
The pen and ink bits, right?
Yes.
The black bits.
And then to keep the proportions right, I took a photograph of it. I completely put it on Photoshop to see where the color shapes should go. And then when I balanced everything on Photoshop, then I run it to the printer. So this is the Water Garden. And what I try to do with this piece is to envision this submarine plant, subs under the water, floating somewhere. It reminds me of Pandora's box with a lot of surprises coming out of it.
Oh, it's lovely.
Something magically going on.
So is the black part printed or is the black part your hand?
That's all hand. That's
So you
all
run, that's the
ink.
original ink.
Right.
So it's a one of one.
This is an original, yes. And as a matter of fact, I put it yesterday on part of my usual marketing on on Instagram, and somebody was interested, and he happens to visit Houston next week, and I said, fantastic, why instead to spend money on shipping, just come to my studio and we'll solve everything in here. So I have it here. It's on a floating frame,
It's lovely.
and I think it's gorgeous. Yes.
And who bought that? Ben and Claudia?
Ben and Claudia.
Magnificent. Hopefully
Ben-
we'll see you guys soon.
Anyway, so I think it's your turn to talk a little about your first piece.
I'm happy to talk, you know that.
Haha.
So this is one of the ones I wanted to feature today. This one is called Attention. It's part of the Pancamarga series. And there's a set of 4 paintings that are fairly large. These are 30 by 40 inch and framed. And in all of them, they're very, very similar in this series of 4. But I wanted to point out some of the characteristics that I found interesting in these. Obviously, they're all part of the Pancamarga, the path of accumulation, which is the first, the show that's up now. And in that path in the Buddhist teaching is that you come to this point with all of your past experiences, all of your past lives, the good things, the bad things, all that you know. And that should be represented by all the kind of busyness underneath the surface. But what I wanted to point out here, these little rectangles, these little teal colored rectangles, and some of them are pink. I see these as footsteps. And there's a tradition in the East of doing a walking meditation where you walk, and with each step you meditate further. And so throughout these paintings, I have these footsteps that are kind of on the top of all the chaos, as if I'm wandering through and meditating on the past life. And so I didn't know that was clear without that kind of conversation. There are also some very strong lines, the pink lines. I look at this as being a starting point in my life where certain parts of my life are ending and certain new paths are opening with the new kind of art career that we've undertaken full time. And so I just wanted to point that out. In these paintings, there's some really, really strong symbols for me. The chaos of all the memories and all the past life, the sacred circle, which should take you to kind of a special place when looking at the painting. And then the wandering footsteps that lead you through the meditation on all that past experience. So I just thought that was a part of the story that might be interesting to people.
I think it's a great story. And I love all of your pieces in Pancamarga.
You should.
But these 4 are my favorite.
They really, really turned out well.
Anyway, so I should stop saying anyway. Say anyway all the time for some reason. Anyway. Moving forward, since you're talking about Pancamarga, we want to tell people that last Friday,
God, it seems like so long ago.
John had his
Opening reception, and it was a fabulous night and very, very successful and very, very well attended. Yeah, we catered for, we had just the right amount of catering for the crowd that came. It was a nice full room. It was a 2-hour session. The weather was awful, so presumably more people may have come had the weather been less inclement. But the people who did come were very, very engaged. I sold 4 more paintings.
Congratulations.
So that was lovely. And there's a sale right there. It was a wonderful evening. I was able to connect with a lot of people. John Ross Palmer was there, who was the real inspiration for this series. That meant a lot to me. And then, of course, my collectors, who we're going to talk about in a moment. But it was a lovely evening. and was the official launch of the show, even though the show started on the 1st. We wanted to miss the holiday. And
I wanna just have a break here. I know that Frank is watching us right now.
is Frank? Hi, Frank.
Hi, Frank. We cannot chat with you because we are streaming from Zoom through Facebook. But I saw your notification that you are watching. So
Welcome. Hi, Frank.
hi.
One of my collectors.
Yes.
And one of Bogdan's collectors.
Yes.
Just an all-around nice guy. There's Frank now.
There's Frank. Yeah. Anyway, stop saying that, right? Give me punch me.
Oh, this will be fun.
And we want to remind everybody that Punk Amarga is not over yet.
No.
It's going to be on display until July 27. And I think it's a great exhibition with a great story. And you guys should come and visit at any time. Silver Steel Studios is open every day, basically
Monday through
from
Saturday
9
from-
o'clock till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you can take a walk around and look not only at this particular exhibition, but the exhibition that it's on the main hallway on display. So those are another shots from your gallery.
Yeah, of the show itself. I think it looked really, really nice, and I think the event was marvelous.
And since you talk about the collectors, I think would be a great idea just to go briefly to those who collected the Punk Amarga and say a thank you to all of them.
And to collect the Punk Amarga series also means that you're joining kind of an exclusive circle of people that will always have first dibs on the rest of the collection as I release it over the next 20 years. So that was Bob and Rosa Pollard. Here's Ryan Lindsay, who also purchased a piece. There's Tommy and Frank.
I was working
Munoz.
that day. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Somebody has
on
to
the
work.
phone. He approved the sale.
We have Sandra.
And then Sandra bought 2. She couldn't decide, so she said she'd buy 2. And these 2, Discernment and Circumstance. I thought that sounded like a Jane Austen novel. She thought that was funny.
And then we have Kim and Dawn.
Kim and Don bought 2 as well, Intention and Abandonment. They are great collectors and great friends. And then Greg and Mary Sergescatter also bought a piece. It was delightful that they came, and even more delightful that they purchased a piece. They're my collectors now too. And then Carlina, I had not met before this night, and she purchased one of the paper pieces.
This is so lovely.
Yeah.
I love those watercolors.
And then Dar and Dale, Dar's a neighbor artist here, a marvelous painter. I'm very honored that she has bought one of my pieces now. So that was a great surprise.
And she was very supportive.
Yeah, and she sees in that something that means so much to her, and I think that's so important. She's Native American, and she sees a lot in the painting that resonate with her and her past. And then, of course, Jumper Maybach came, which is also a great honor, a great artist, and he bought Perception.
And now, because this was Friday,
Uh-huh.
and then the next day, Saturday, was an open Saturday here at Silver Steel
Correct.
Studios. And Frank and Tommy stopped by, not only with a fabulous Chinese lunch,
Thank you. That was delicious.
but they also were interested to see some of my drawings, my ink drawings, and they fall in love with these random thoughts. And guess what?
These are tremendous because of the amount of work that goes into them.
Yeah, I told everybody that I do this in a particular time of the morning when John is taking a shower and I have to wait and wait and wait. So
This does not represent one shower.
Well, but
it's many showers.
but it feels like 30 days work. Anyway, open Saturday, talking open Saturdays, this coming Saturday, it's another open Saturday only at this location, Silver Steel Studios. And as usual, we will be here having our doors open for everybody.
Absolutely.
And while you're here, guys, you can you can not only visit Pancamarga exhibition, but you can take a look at the actual group exhibition on the main hallway, and that is the sum of us. On both John and I have a wall filled with artworks.
Actually, this is a tenant show, and it goes until the 21st of August, and then we'll be bringing it down and getting the walls ready for Photo Fest.
I want to remind everybody that if you guys haven't yet visited the Archway Gallery in town this time, it's time to go, because I've been this piece, Petal Line, have been selected for the 13th juried exhibition, and the exhibition is on display on until August the 4th.
And he won't say it, but I will. This is quite an honor to get in. This is a juried show. It's not an easy show to get in, and he's gotten in the last 3 years. So congratulations on that, and
Thank you.
Hopefully somebody will fall in love with the picture.
When I got the newsletter the message, the email from the Archway, it says that, thanks everybody. There were about 400 submissions and only about 40 were selected, which I thought I thought it was a huge honor. Now, Fine.
This makes me so happy.
Fine Festival. It's coming soon. This is the end of August, the last week of August. I've been selected by this organization to go to Guadalajara with 11 pieces of inheritance and have them on display at their festival. And this seems like an amazing
great opportunity. It really, really is.
Milestone.
So you'll have the show in Guadalajara. There are actually 3 shows in Monterrey, Guadalajara, and Mexico City. The one in Mexico City still hasn't happened. That's in September, October. And so you may still get into that as well. But he did get into the one in Guadalajara. So we bought tickets.
Yeah.
Guys, we're headed to Mexico.
And it was a great production, because I needed to plan for the framing and because
transport,
everything has to fit in 2 suitcases.
But we know how to pack.
Oh gosh, don't do it. We travel all our life. Then I keep bring this slide in here. This year I've been selected as invited as guest artist for the Festival de Fotografía Artística in Tucumán, Argentina.
He said that all in one breath.
Yeah. And the series that is going to be featured is Synapses. The series that actually half of it has been purchased yesterday by some random art collectors that happen to visit my studio.
Random makes them sound awful. They were unplanned.
Unplanned. Let's say that. I did not know that.
They were not at all random.
They were so not in love with the pieces, and she is like, I want that. I was like, are you sure? Yeah.
Keep going. Now we have to go and reprint a lot from Mexico.
A lovely experience yesterday.
You sold 7 pieces yesterday.
Yes,
right?
yes, all together. Moving on, we have a new vlog episode on the Art Life. If you guys
once a week,
if you guys haven't checked our vlog, it's time to do so.
Get into the intimate details of our lives. No, actually, it's just a way for us to share what we're doing, what we're learning in our art career, who we meet along the way, and sharing that with you guys.
And if this is an inspiration for you, even better.
Even better.
But
I've been doing that since January.
So in all these exhibitions, open calls, I still work.
COVID.
I still do my homework, and a little at a time. When I have time, I do my artwork pieces. And this is this last week I've been to a trip to the framing
International
shop.
molding.
Yeah, international molding, to frame that columnas
de
Hercules.
De Hercules.
It's a new sculptural piece, and again, if you have no plans this Saturday, come over in Silver City Studios, and I'll show you how that looks framed.
And you almost have to see it in person, because the 2D image from the camera doesn't pick out
I cannot
the detail.
believe how bad it looks on picture.
Well, it doesn't look bad, but you missed all of the 3D component to it, and all the shadows and textures and things like that don't come out in the camera. And those works are amazing. I don't know where you got the idea, other than that you've just been dealing in crumbling buildings for so long.
I haven't got it from anywhere, really. It was in my mind for a long time. I think you remember I told you at some point that I would like to add some cement on these pieces, and then
I was like, "You're going to use cement with your photography?"
And then I was
They look great.
I was at the point that, I'm afraid to destroy them, but I tried it, and it was lovely.
They look amazing. We got to watch the clock.
Yes, and
How we doing?
the second, we are doing well, and the second piece of today's show is
Lovely.
Delicate. And Delicate is from Synopsis series. And actually, one edition has been sold yesterday. And I just had to print one this morning and frame it for the purpose of this show. And the beautiful, what it represents, what's the story, the whole Synopsis series. It's related with the memory. When you look at these pictures, they meant to connect with a memory of your own. It's not my memory, but you have to find a connection with a picture. You have to connect it somehow with your own past memory. And this is what it does for me.
And I love it, because the image of the flower is so strong, and yet it's fairly translucent. So you can see things behind it. And then you've got that little hand embellishments with ink. It just makes it look, again, like it's a faded memory that is coming and going in and out of your mind. I just think you captured that beautifully.
And it's a little unknown what's behind the flower. It lets you, find your own path. Life can be very, how would I say that? Hard sometimes to find your own life and path on life. So, but now you have the flower, which is it's a delicate element, and then you have that unknown behind, and you kind of find your own a story. There's a light at the other side.
I think it's amazing too that you can take something that is almost cliche. I mean, you think of who would buy a picture of a magnolia blossom. It sounds like a grandma picture, and yet you've been able to make it more contemporary and bring it into a new view. And I think that's the beauty of art, when you can take something that everyone knows and present it to them again in a way they've never seen it. That to me is the artistic touch. And I think you did that really, really well here.
Well, thank you. I think it's your turn.
Oh, my turn. Again, so this is another one of those four in the Punkamarga series of 30 by 40s. And this particular one is called Concentration. And again, I wanted to talk to this because the same elements that I mentioned in the previous one exist in this one. There's that memory, that history, all that chaos of my previous life before this, in the background, covered with some hopefully soothing colors, the greens and the blues. And then there are the footsteps. So if this is a walking meditation, if that's what these things represent, to me. I looked at this one and thought it almost looks like one of those old dance charts that you'd see to learn how to do the cha-cha. But that's not what my intention was. The idea was that I was walking through the meditation on the past. And this particular one, just the colors and that strong element of those footsteps, I thought made this one quite interesting. And I wanted to share that one today.
Fabulous. So if you guys like anything that we presented in this chat today, please get in touch with us at any time.
Or just come by to visit and see the other things in the studio.
We are here.
We'd love to visit.
We are here every day. I'm sorry.
You're falling apart.
Yeah. I'm
What
falling
happened to your
apart.
finger?
Well, I cut. This is what happened because I had to frame some pieces from Synapse this morning, and I did it in a hurry, and I punched myself with a screwdriver. Ouch.
Ah,
But the artist's life is not always glamorous.
it's what the pain of art.
Yeah. And I want to share one more final screen with you guys in case you want to follow us in social media. You can do it on Facebook. John Bishop Fine Art. It's John's page, or my page is Bogdan Photo Art
With an F?
with an F. And Instagram, you can follow us at John Bishop Fine Art or Bogdan on Instagram. Easy to remember.
I can't believe you got that.
Yeah, I've done it at the beginning of on Instagram when I really didn't know what Instagram is. You can check more of our work by visiting our websites, bogdanphotoart.com or johnbishopfineart.com. And in there you have some contact of us in case you want to reach us by email or by phone.
Rosa's here. Hi, Rosa.
Hi, Rosa. It's good to see you.
And the other thing I wanted to mention is we're about to do a road trip. Frank came and, Keith came and bought some lovely things and went out of town. So we're going to be driving to Louisiana on Monday to deliver some artwork that Keith bought. So
Did you tell him?
We're doing a road trip.
Did you tell him we're going?
Well, he told me the date, so I'm going to make sure he's still available.
Hopefully we aren't going to be, surprise, we're here.
Yeah, oh well, we will call beforehand, Keith. Don't freak.
Anyway, I didn't show you the actual picture because I was afraid we're running out of time, but we have 2 minutes. And
in a row.
This is the picture, beautiful, delicate, that I was talking about a moment ago. So yes.
Lovely. Great. So that's our show for today. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you guys very soon. Stay creative, and thanks for watching.
And just a reminder, if you haven't watched this show at the beginning, it will be displayed on Facebook once in a minute after we end
on
this.
YouTube after that.
Or YouTube. Mm-hmm. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Rosa. Thanks, Frank, for being with us.
Hi, everybody. Have fun.
Come and see us this Saturday if you have time.
Bye.
Bye.